Hey guys, it's Richard at Altfins with another market update. First of all, happy holidays. Hope you got some rest. We talked about the Santa rally hopefully coming a week ago, exactly on Sunday, and it looks like he did come. Brought us exactly the upswing that we were anticipating, about 20%, 20, 30% at a minimum, and in fact, in some cases, even 50% upswing. So he's been quite generous to us. Let's take a look at the performance for the last week or so. Bitcoin is up 7%, Ethereum a lot less, about 3%, but it also corrected a lot less. But let's, by the way, use this my data filter, where I actually have filtered a lot of the coins on the Curated Charts list. I put it on the watch list, so you can then quickly filter the screener results just for the watch list or just for your portfolio, right? For example, a week ago, I added a few names like Polkadot, which is up about 20%, Matic 25% in the last week, right? Chainlink 17%, Axie Infinity 11%, VeChain and so forth. So this is obviously not to brag at all, but I did talk about the conditions being just right and the evidence stacking up a week ago, which was that we were seeing correction in a channel down pattern, and we were on the verge of some channel down pattern breakouts. In some cases, already observed some breakouts, which tend to be good signals for potential reversal. Also, we talked about some of the outperformers that remained in an uptrend, like Luna and Matic, and some of the metaverse names like Sandbox already were perking up a week ago, which was indicative of maybe potential broader market rally. So the evidence was stacking up, and it looks like it played out well. Now what, right? We've got some gains, hopefully all of you as well. And I would say we need to treat this still as an upswing in a correction and not a reversal. It could be a reversal, and I hope it is, and we'll see some new nice gains in 2022 to new higher highs. But at this point, it's too early to say that. We've bounced off of some strong support levels in most cases, and in fact, in some cases, we first had a big drawdown on December 4th, if you remember. Let's take a look. For example, at Cardano, on December 4th, we had a big drawdown, and then we revisited. So if you look at just the last month or so, here's December 4th, big drawdown, long wick, all the way to, in this case, $1.20 or so was the low, and then it bounced off and came and revisited that low, $1.20, for several days. It threaded on that line. And now it bounced off, right? And see, this is the Santa rally that we had. Point is that we've bounced off some support levels, and we're swinging up now. Again, this is potentially beginning of reversal, but I would treat it as just an upswing, and so I would be taking some profits at the nearest resistance levels. Or potentially completely taking the money off, or closing the positions, or at least taking some money off the table. So in this case, for Cardano, for example, if you look at where the nearest resistance level is at $1.50, and so $1.50 for me would be an area, or we're close to that at $1.46 now. I'd say at this point I would be taking money or taking some profit off of this swing trade, because that's what it was. And in most cases, if we go to the Curated Charts, and this is a great place to start for most of you. We analyze the top 30, 35 or so coins. We expand that list over time, but we see that we've had a lot of breakouts Some are still emerging. Here's a breakout on Phantom, Neo, breakout on Solana, and several others. But you know, we are approaching certain resistance levels for many of them. So if we look at, for example, Atom, right? Huge breakout from the descending, down channel. It broke above the also the horizontal support zone or key level zone, $25, and also the 200-day moving average. And now it's reached $30. You know, now at this point, I would take some money off the table and maybe leave some because if it breaks above 30, which I do believe actually it has, it's at 31.25. So it's broken through that next resistance level. So it could actually now head to the next resistance level of 35. So at this point, if you haven't already closed this position, I'd say leave at least half of it on and see if it runs all the way to 35. But in overall, you know, this one is an uptrend on the short term and neutral on the medium and long term basis. So there is a good potential for reversal happening right now as we speak in some of these coins. The one other thing that I wanted to give you as a tip is if you're swing trading, momentum is critical, and the best momentum indicator is MACD. And Altfins has also developed a very useful analytic called MACD Histogram. Well, MACD Histogram is not something we developed, but detecting changes in the MACD Histogram can precede the actual changes in bullish or bearish changes in MACD or momentum itself. And so to do that, it's very simple. You go to Signals and Filters on the Screen tab, on the Screener section. We go to Signals and Filters under Oscillators, find the MACD Histogram. And now you can either look at the inflection on the last interval or the last two intervals. So if we're on the daily chart or daily interval or time interval, which we are now, this would mean H1 would mean changes in the last day, or H2 would mean change in the last 2 days. And it really depends on how early you want to detect or how sensitive you want to be to the change in the MACD histogram, which could be an early detection of a shift in momentum. So let's just say, let's look at all the situations where MACD histogram in the last 2 days has deteriorated. So it's down. We add that filter. We have 334 coins that satisfy that criteria. I could save it. Let's see. I'll say that H2 MACD H2 down. Okay, and now I have it under my saved filter, so I can jump to it very easily. Let's go ahead and click down, and here is a result. And there's a lot of coins, right? So the other helpful thing to do is obviously to either expand on that, filter further, either through market cap or trend and so on. But also you could filter your watch list or your portfolio and say, okay, what on my watch list is seeing a negative inflection or a bearish inflection in a MACD histogram? The crossover has not happened yet, right? Let's look at Hex. So this one has been, has also had a really nice swing up here from almost 10 cents to 30. That's a triple in a month. Phenomenal gain. And we see that the MACD indicator still flashed bullish about a month ago, and it's had a good run, but now it's the green bars, which is the MACD histogram, are starting to flatten out. In fact, maybe starting to decline, which is what our filter detected. And so at this critical level, 30 cents, which is also a level where it peaked previously, it looks like it made a higher high barely, but it's running out of steam. At least in this particular upswing is running out of steam. We probably get a pullback maybe to this 200-day moving average, which coincides with about 20 cents horizontal support level. So at this point, I'd say, I'd take some money off the table if you were involved in HEX as a trade, not as a long-term investment, but as a trade. But point being is that using this histogram change up or down, you can and then filtering it to the watch list or your portfolio, right? Here on my portfolio, it looks like H-bar or Hedera hash graph is also inflecting in terms of the MACD. So if this was a swing trade that I made, which I did, now would be maybe a good time to get out. As you can see, the green bars are already declining, which is a bearish indication that the momentum is losing steam. All right, so use that. This is a very powerful, very unique analytic on the platform that you can use to your advantage. It doesn't work 100%. Sometimes there's head fakes, and the momentum may look like it's losing steam and it picks up again. But that's the game. That's the downside of it, right? You could be too early. So it's very sensitive, but it also could lead to some fake outs. I also wanted to review some specific curated charts. Now also, if you're not swing trading and you're looking for trend trades, you are a trend trader, right? Then go ahead and find very quickly on this platform. You can find coins that are still trending or still in an uptrend. In fact, maybe even a strong uptrend. So if you go to signal summary, we have some predefined signals there for you. First of all, your own custom created filters will show up here on the right hand side on the top section here. So these are all filters that I have created. Here's the last one I created just now, right here. So, right. And in fact, I can also filter the results here just for my portfolio watch list. This is really powerful. Now in the future, you can quickly jump to this section and click just on those that are of interest, that filter that's of interest right here, right? Now, let's go back to the signal summary. And if you're just looking for coins in a strong uptrend, we already have that ready for you here in the section called Trend and Momentum, right here. So if you're looking for coins that are in a strong uptrend across short-term, medium, and long-term basis, right here, there's 55 of them. If you're just looking for those that are in a strong uptrend in the short-term basis, there's 213 of them. So I'll click on the 55 here, and I have now 55 coins that are in a strong uptrend. Not surprisingly, there's Luna, Matic, Near, right? Let's take a look at Luna. Let's see what we should do here. I like to look at the candlestick chart. All right, well, it's broken through several resistance levels, 75, and then looks like 85 or 90, and now it's reached $100, and it's fighting it. It's fighting a good fight. I'd say if we break above 100, I would own it. I would buy it. It's it's a trend trade. You basically you buy it on the breakouts or on the pullbacks. If it does get rejected on $100, then I would wait to have it for a pullback. Let's look at the curated chart. Where's my support level is at $80 or so is my nearest one. So if we get rejected at $100, and then I would wait for a pullback to 80 and basically execute the pullback in an uptrend strategy. Matic, Polygon, let's take a look at this one. Still in a very solid or strong uptrend. It's been trading in an up channel or channel up, as you can see. So you could have bought it on the pullbacks. It's really respected the up channel. Now we're at the resistance trend line and at around the horizontal resistance level of 250. So I'd say here, let's wait for the breakout through the resistance trend line, which could be a catalyst for the price to reach $33 next. But we could very well, if we wait here, and if we could very well see it, we get rejected here and retrace back to about $2 and continue in that channel up on swings up and swings down. Okay. Now, lastly, I wanted to go through a few other curated charts and assess the situation there. The curated charts are a great place to start, particularly for beginners. And so here is Aave. Aave had a big upswing. It bounced off of 160. As you can see, there's a buy signal from MACD that's worked beautifully. It's almost reached $300, so it's almost 100% gain in just a couple of weeks time. And I do think that at $300, however, if you look at it, let's open the chart, actually the real-time chart now. We update these curated charts every other day, so the charts are not always fresh. But if you look at the latest data, as you can see, we're really close to now $300. And not only is it a horizontal resistance area, right? But also it coincides with the 200-day moving average, which tends to be a robust or a stiff resistance or support area. If we are above it and pulling back to it, then it's a support area. If we're below it and approaching it from below, then it's a resistance area. And since it does coincide with a $300 horizontal resistance level, it is a very stiff resistance. So I would be taking some money off the table here and see if it pulls back to the $200 level, which then I would buy, or if it does break above the $300, then we could be clearing the way for the next resistance, which is about $400. All right, guys, I hope that helps. If you have any questions, please feel free to email us at invest@altfins.com. Good luck trading.